Hi, my name is Mary, and I'd like to talk to you about sharing nonfiction books in your story time. Occasionally in your blue backpack, you will find books like this one called Sharks that are informational rather than story-based. They're a great fun way to learn what the kids already know and to talk about pictures and do some of that dialogic reading you've been learning about. Don't worry if these don't work out quite so naturally right off the bat. They'll get a lot easier. And kids love to tell you what they know about things like sharks. So one way you can start a nonfiction book is by asking them, we're going to read a book now that's about sharks. Can you tell me something that you know about sharks? They love to share that information. And then, as you go through the story, reading the information, you can talk about the things you also see in the pictures. This one says, some sharks gather in groups called schools. Why do you think groups of fish are called schools? I don't know. Maybe we can talk about it. Sharks have sharp teeth. Sharks catch fish and other animals for food. What is that shark eating? Looks like it might be a lobster. I'm not sure myself. But they love to talk about things like that. After you finish the story, you might ask, what did you learn that's new? They might have learned something that they didn't know before about sharks. Nonfiction books are a great way to just ask a lot of questions and learn different things. But some nonfiction books have the questions already built into the story. This one is called, Do You Know Which Ones Will Grow? And this one is, do pigs have stripes? Kind of some silly questions. But they love to show you what they know. Whoops, I have to start from the first page. Does a bird have a big black wet nose? Does he? This is where the kids are going to say, no, that's a dog. No, a dog does. Kids love to feel like they know what's going on. So these are fun for that. It's okay when you're reading nonfiction books to skip parts of them. Perfectly okay if there's a lot of text and they're not going to sit through it. You can, or just talk about the pictures. You don't even have to read the words if you don't want to. Sometimes if you want to, you can bring something with you that relates to the story. This one is called Squares. You can talk about things that are square. You could bring something from home that is a square to show them. Or maybe you can go, after you read the story, you can ask, with the teacher's permission, go on a hunt for squares around the classroom. See if you can find any. Another thing you could do after sharing the story of the sharks is sing a song about sharks like Slippery Fish. And if you don't know Slippery Fish, the Read Aloud team can help you learn it. It's a great fun song with a shark in it. Or maybe after you read this story about snowflakes, you might want to dance around the room pretending you're snowflakes. Put on some fun, soft music, and everybody pretends to be snowflakes floating to the ground. So tying a story or a nonfiction book into an activity is also a fun way to share it. I really like this book called Clothesline Clues to Jobs People Do. It's got questions already worked into it as well. Uniform and cap, an invite for you. A big bag of letters. What job does she do? So you get to talk about the clothes that a mail carrier might wear. And then you might ask everyone in the group, what do you want to be when you grow up? You'll get some really interesting answers. But make sure that everyone gets a chance to answer or there will be trouble. There'll be probably a lot of princesses and superheroes. So, nonfiction books in story time. Don't worry, they're fun. Share them the best way you can and maybe tie them into something that the kids see in their everyday life, because that's a great thing to do, is to tie them into their real lives. So don't be nervous when you see those nonfiction books in your backpack. Thank you.